My name is Naomi. I work at this garden called Castanea. I'm the garden manager right now. It's one of our 3 campus gardens run by the Environmental Center. My favorite part of working in the garden has been probably being able to work on this land for about a year now. It's been really beautiful to see the garden throughout the seasons, and I've seen every step of growing produce, and it's been really cool to have seen that cycle happen. I've also really enjoyed meeting all the people that I've met working here. I have some really cool people that have come to my work days, and it's been just really cool to share the space with them and have conversations while working in the garden. Some of the goals we have are to grow food for students and faculty and community members who need it. So all the food that's grown here is for students and our campus community. So students can come here and take whatever they want or need. That's the point of the garden and the food that we grow. And making those connections with people, bringing people together and doing educational stuff. This is a place where people can come who have never gardened before to learn about how to grow their own food and just what gardening is, what composting is, and all these different things that go into having a garden space, which has been really cool to learn with people that way. So I have some okra that is kind of funny looking, the plants are kind of small, but it's been producing, which is kind of cool. And then over here I have my squash. So I have a couple pumpkins, which are really cool. They're getting really big, which is exciting. And then I have some watermelon, which is also really cool. I'm excited about that. I've never grown watermelon before, so it's been cool to watch it grow. And the squash did really well this year. I'm really happy about that. One big event that we're involved with is Greenfest, which already happened this semester. It was, I think, it was a month ago. It's just a week-long series of events that focus on sustainability on campus and different things students can get involved with outside. And we also do the Green Olympics at the end of this, I think it'll be at the end of spring semester, which is, it's a competition between different dorm buildings of how much, I think it's how much energy they can reduce using or something. Just sort of different events that advertise sustainability efforts. And one that's coming up actually is Hallow Green. It's gonna be on October 23rd. We're gonna be doing some events in the Roots Garden, and we're gonna be doing some different events in Millen Park, just focusing on sustainability on campus. So we always have a bunch of projects we're working on. I always have a ton of stuff going on here. So right now I'm working on spreading new wood chips in the garden. I'm working on getting the compost more under control. I'm doing some fall planting. I'm gonna be harvesting soon. It really depends on what's going on in the season. I generally give people a couple options for what we can work on because people just wanna do different things. We can always have a snack from stuff that's growing, and we can harvest stuff to make tea with. There's so many things we can do, and it's always really fun. So another cool thing about the garden is we have a lot of kind of random patches of plants that we use for tea. So for example, back here and right here, this is lemon balm. So it's a really popular tea that's really good, and you can just come and pick some if you want to use it for tea. We also have mint back here, and there's a lot of just random plants you can use. This is our compost pile, and I'm trying to get it more under control right now because there's a lot of debris in here, but hopefully at some point we'll have a good rotation of soil going. But it's kind of hard to get to that point. So this is the annual bed of the garden. So these are plants that will generally grow for just one season. So right now I'm doing cover crop in a lot of it, which is basically just plants that will restore a lot of nutrients to the soil. Example is buckwheat or oats or something. So this is what's back here, just cover crop. This is some greens that are left over from the summer that are about at the end of their life. But yeah, this is just mostly cover crop. So I have 2 work days a week. They're Wednesday from 1 to 3 and Friday from 4 to 6. And I always need people to come out and help because I am the only person working here right now, and it's a lot of work for just me to do. So I always love when people come, I love meeting new people, and there's always things to work on. So I would appreciate all the help I can get. So we have 2 other gardens that are officially environmental center run. They're called Soul, which is behind Brown, and Roots, which is a little bit off campus. It's on W.T. Weaver. And Roots is actually used in different agriculture classes. So students can like take the class and like they grow different things for class, which is really cool. And Roots is like the biggest garden. Soul is the smallest garden, and it's mostly annuals. Like it's all produce and stuff that will just be around for 1 season. Whereas like Castanea and Roots, there's much more space. There's able to be more things growing. So right now I'm growing normal potatoes, sweet potatoes. I have spinach. I have some winter greens. I have like winter squash. I have pumpkin, watermelon. Those are all of the annuals that I have, and most of them will be ready pretty soon. And then I have a lot of perennials, which are plants that like stay around the whole year and like don't die. So generally that means a lot of herbs. So I have like lavender, chamomile, like tulsi, basil, stuff like that that will just like stick around. So this is some corn that I grew. It's called rainbow glass corn. So it's for popcorn. It's not like corn you can just eat, but it turned out really beautifully. I was really excited about this. This is more stuff that you can make tea with. So we have like chocolate mint, there's chamomile, lavender, there's some oregano and like sage. So a lot of like culinary spices over here, which is really cool. These are not annuals, these are called perennials. This is winter squash. This is strawberry. This is just an empty bed that I'm probably gonna do garlic in. I just bought my garlic. These are some tomatoes. We have jalapenos over here. This is another cover crop bed. These are my winter greens. So these are like kale, spinach, stuff like that, that is more like frost hardy. So it will continue growing throughout the fall. So my favorite plant right now is my potatoes, because I'm really excited to harvest them because they grow underground. These are my potato plants, which I'm so excited about. So this is a mixture of potato and sweet potato, and it's really cool because they grow completely underground, so you can't actually see the plant at all. And so I have no idea what it will look like or anything. And how you know it's ready is all these leaves will start to die and they'll like turn yellow and brown, and then that's when you harvest them. So I'm just patiently waiting for that to happen, and I'm very excited about it. And I also have, this is also potatoes over here. So I'm gonna have a lot of potatoes. I'm looking forward to it, if you can't tell. I planted them like at the beginning of the summer, and they have just like, I can only see the leaves growing. So I'm super excited to harvest those because I just like have no idea how that process will go. I've never grown potatoes before, so it's very exciting for me. And then over here I have some more winter greens. I don't remember exactly what all these are because I didn't label them, but it's just like spinach and kale and stuff like that. Here we have echinacea, also called purple coneflower. So echinacea is used in a lot of like natural immunity medicine. We also have valerian, which is like a natural relaxant, and like people use it in tea for like sleeping. Lemon balm is a medicinal plant. It helps with de-stressing. We also have there's also a raspberry plant over there, which there's still some berries. We also have blue vervain. We have like motherwort. We have a lot of really interesting, cool herbal plants, which I don't think people really know about, but I think is super cool about this garden. This is a grape plant. You can see there's some little grapes, and they're called muscadine grapes. And there's actually, so the state fruit of North Carolina is called a scuppernong, and it's a kind of grape. And I'm like pretty sure this is what we have here, but if not, then they're very similar to the scuppernong, but it is very cool we have grapes. There's a lot of free food that you have access to in the gardens, and take advantage of it because a lot of it goes to waste. So, while you have the opportunity to, I would say come get your produce. Or go to the FEI. Like, it happens every week. It's free food on the quad.